Yeah, they were all new.
Good girl.
Dara. Hi, Dara. Hi, Dara. Hi, Robbie.
Here it is. Look at this. Check this out. This is the left. It's not even that's one of these. What do you want?
Bob Browne's 75th birthday video.
You going to bed already?
Hi.
Okay.
Hello. Hello. How are you?
Into my eye.
Whatever it's easy. You got a ride over there?
Okay. So far, Victoria. Yeah.
You get to go to Eagle?
They moved away. This is Lisa. She hasn't been in a video for ages. 12 years. It's Lisa. Hello.
Hello. You want to pet it?
He's not cold. It's warm in here. He's alone.
You want to hold? You want to put it?
No,
in
he
the
doesn't want his Yankee. He's not cold. It's warm in here. He's got fur, Sarah. He's got fur all over him. He's warmer than all of us. He's warmer than all of us. This morning he learned how to climb up onto the bed.
Really?
It was cute. Anyway, is he kitty?
Oh, let me tie this balloon.
There's 4 people over there to tie balloons, Dan.
What are you doing? We have it all cut. It's right there.
Okay.
What's up?
Okay. I'm going to use a message for you, man.
Look around.
It's there.
Why don't we do this one in blue first? This one would be blue anyway.
Yeah. Red.
I'm going to be on this table.
Are you trying to break it?
Yeah.
Yvonne, anything for... Yeah, is there anything you want to put the... I don't know. Well, there's that little shelf thing.
Let's do the blue. Back there,
I would say
Yeah, but there's 75th birthday ones too.
There's supposed to be clusters of 6.
No, comes at 5. She said it.
That's it, we're done. Fill them all up.
I mean, they look good that way when I saw them before. But whatever.
Okay, no more. Only dump it all over your face. We were just thinking didn't get on airplane too.
I want to call on my good long-time friend, Reverend Walker, to say, to put the Lord's blessing on his captain. If you would, please.
Let us pray together. Lord God, we're just grateful for this day and for Bob and for the 75 years that you've given him. And what a blessing he's been to all of us that have known him. And we just ask your special blessing upon this day and our time together. And we're just grateful. And now we just ask your blessing upon the food that we are receiving, and that you'll just bless all the activities of this afternoon. In our Lord's name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much.
Okay, I'm Dan. I'm grandson number, that's a 6. Grandson number 6. I thought I was 8, but I'm not. I was kind of disappointed. I'm gonna be the MC, I guess. Yeah, why not? Call me that. MC, Dan, grandson number 6. Number 6, Dan, in about 10 minutes, as he's holding up fingers, we're gonna start with a nice guitar solo from a good friend of mine, my guitar teacher, Jeremy. And if I sound bad later on when I play, don't blame it on him. I don't practice that often. So eat stuff because, you know, we bought all this food and that was a lot of money. And we don't want the food to rot. And, you know, we leave food out just like flushing $20 down the toilet. But at my house, or at least my grandparents' house, flushing $20 down the toilet would probably get clogged. So then we'd have to call in a plumber. There's another $100 just to get a $20 bill out. So pretty much eat the food. Okay, I'm gonna go eat mine now. Let me tell you a little bit about Jeremy, good friend of mine.
Jeremy, it's Jeremy Orca.
He teaches me guitar. But now I've said that again. So, go ahead.
Okay. Is that mic on? Sound like it.
tonight. So first, we're gonna have a lot of guitar people because guitar players are a dime a dozen. So, because I'm the MC. Yeah.
We get it. And he did a fine job being MC. And I think for a politician, it's always a great opportunity to take advantage of the time when the tape is not in the machine. It is
now.
Oh, no. We got it back. I just could not let the opportunity pass without expressing my good wishes on Bob's 75th birthday. When I started in politics in Milpitas, Bob was the god. He was the man who knew it. He was the one you went to for answers. Better than that, he was the one you could always go to, who you knew understood what was happening and would give you his best advice. He has always consistently done what he thinks is best for the people of our community. And that is a rare, rare talent. So many people that I've had the opportunity to work with and meet have become a little bitter, perhaps a little jaded, perhaps a little cynical about the political process and what goes on. I don't think that's ever impacted Bob at all. He has maintained a positive attitude, a positive outlook, seen the best side of people. You know, Bob has lost elections, I've lost elections. That is not fun. That hurts a lot. And it's really easy to be cynical and down and say, ha, what does the world know when they pass by on my magnificence? I don't understand. Bob has never lost that wonderful joy for life, that enthusiasm for our community, and his interest in people. And I hope you keep it for the next 50 to 75 years.
Now, my mom's going.
Okay, this is the last one. We'll do some music.
Yeah.
Okay, call me in. Sing and hear people talk. Okay, this is Sarah. She's out on the new playground. I asked her if she wanted to come in. She said, no! So I'll just read it for her. It says, my grandpa is the best. My grandpa can make his teeth clack up and down, and no one else knows how to do that. Go ahead and do it for me, Becky. My grandpa knows all the words to the songs on the merry-go-round at Albertsons. They are very old songs. My grandpa was one of the first people I ever saw after I was born. My grandpa likes to play the piano, and sometimes he lets me help him play. And for some reason, he stops playing when she starts helping. I don't know why. My grandpa pushes me on the swing in his backyard. It used to be yucky and broken, but grandpa fixed it and painted it pretty colors so I could swing on it. I love my grandpa. Love, Sarah Leon Rand.
So now, I still see food over there. So, well, we have, come on up, Brandon. Good buddy. This is my buddy, Brandon Walters. He was one of the first guys I ever met when I first came to this church. And he's going to do exactly what Jeremy did, but not the same song. And you guys are going to eat, and then we're going to have more comments later. So, eat more. And listen to music. Have fun.
Just put it on over the top, whatever you want to do. All right. Each other. All right.
Grandmother had bought for the grandchildren, no would be her great-grandmother, and it was made of Irish linen and all this camp things was about this long. It was just gorgeous. Chris, my son, said, he'll think he's a girl. I said, then he made the baby ears a little protection so that no one would have a question. When you can see it. Chris, you're done. It's amazing. Yeah, very
That was Brandon and Jeremy.
So now what we're going to do is we're all up, now that we've sang the birthday song, now we're going to go line up and get cake in an orderly fashion and not trample over each other. So please, you gotta line up and get some cake because I fall over because I'm really busy. So please, enjoy the rest of the show. That was just to waste the rest of the evening because I had a lot more service. So bye.
And then I'm going to forget about it, just let my normal voice come back. We're going to have more comments about Grandpa. And Grandma, didn't you say that you have some very special guests here? In fact, I'm going into the 9th grade. My grandma told me to say this, but she actually has three of her 9th grade friends here tonight, which is really awesome. So my grandma is going to come up and introduce her friend.
Where's Peter? We need him.
Where's Peter when we need him? Cool.
There were 5 of us. Lots of nice, so he didn't come tonight. But I have here Kathy Tobias, Catherine Lisi, and Mary Jane Barrett.
Was also in Duluth, Minnesota, so we're all out here in California.
Yeah, we all ended up in California, isn't it something? Yeah.
I'm the Southern representative from Seal Beach.
All right. Sunnyvale, Palo Alto. Mom, would you keep moving? Okay, wait, we can picture ladies.
Okay.
Oh.
I don't want you to write
Okay. What picture?
They're waiting for you to take it.
No, that doesn't.
I just want to comment about the Browne family. When we moved to California, I hadn't met Bob on his, this is for Bob Browne. And when we moved to California in 1970, I looked up all the addresses of anyone I knew in California that I sent Christmas cards to, and I always wanted to know where Milpitas was. And so when we located Bob and Vicki, we realized that we were married a year later. Our anniversary were the same day, June 22nd, only we're 1 year apart that we were married. So we renewed the friendship, and they talked about the greenhouse up in the mountains, and the Brownes were gracious enough to invite us up there with our family. We have 4, and they had their 2 young ones at that time, and we spent many times up there in the summer and the winter and building those houses that Martha talked about. It was great fun. And so over the years we watched their family grow and change and do lots of things. So we've always enjoyed, watched him through the political campaigns. Those were fun years too. And for you. Yeah. For you. Oh, we watched him. Always impressed with Bob's knowledge, his wisdom, his wit, his singing. Whenever he would come to our house, the first thing he did would play the piano, check to see if it was in tune. It was usually out of tune, but he'd play it anyway. And he just is a remarkable person. So we wish him well. We know that he'll have many great years. Thanks, Bob, for everything.
Those are my old friends. Now I have a new friend, a couple of years new, Ruth Calcutt, who wants to come up here and say a couple of words.
I've known Bob for about 5 years, and he reminds me a lot of my grandfather because he's always so cheerful, and I admire him a lot for his courage and strength. We go to his house every year for Christmas, and before I met him, I thought Christmas was only about exchanging gifts. But now I know that Christmas is about spending time with their friends and family, and it's about having fun, and singing and dancing, and it's also about exchanging gifts, but that shouldn't be on the top list, part of your list. And if there were more people like Bob, I think that we wouldn't have to dream about heaven, because heaven would be here on this earth. So Bob, I hope that you live to be 1,000 years old. Happy birthday.
Glasses. We're looking for a pair of glasses. It's a birthday without presents. Come on. So before we have cake, I would like to bring up my grandpa. And this is my gift to my grandpa. I just want to tell you what I had to go through. Today, I left my gift at home, so I rode on a bike back to the house, which isn't actually that far. I just wanted to exaggerate. But it's actually not that far. So before we bite into the cake, I would like to give Grandpa his present. This present is the only one of its kind in the entire universe. So...
Now I am scared.
And it's not something that's going to pop out at you, so you don't have to worry. So, actually, I'm going to have to open it because... No, you see, because the way you have to open it, it's funny. So, what it says here on the front, it says, I am really, and I got some stuff on it because I fell down and the box opened and all this bad stuff. And now there's many words it could say on the back, such as handsome, but of course that wouldn't be one.
Give him a break.
But actually, on the back, I'm gonna, what could it possibly say? But there's one word that describes my grandpa. And now, I would like the members of the family come on up to the stage. All the members of the family, so we can introduce you to all the members of the family here on Grandpa's party. So everybody come on up if you're a member of the family, even if you're ashamed to admit it, come on up. All members, extended, non-extended, everybody. And I'm going to pass this mic around, and they're going to introduce well, they're not going to introduce each other. They're going to introduce themselves one at a time. They're not going to say anything. They're just going to say their name. Yeah. So all the members of the family, this is a really large family. This is probably just about half of it. This is about half the family right here.
You aware of that?
The stage is going to break. There's so many people here.
No new faces. I recognize them all.
Oh, they're also going to say what relation they are to Grandpa. Okay, so here's Grandma, because she's...
I'm his mistress.
I'm Lisa DeKreiger. This is my son Robbie, and we are now living in Michigan.
Wow. Sheldon Schreiger.
And that's not going to stretch you. You have to walk up.
Amanda, girlfriend of David.
I'm David. I'm his grandson. I'm Robert. I'm his grandson, our son. Greg Mossberger, his sister's son.
I'm Martha Lambden. I'm his daughter. His third daughter. Fourth child.
You get two sides.
And who's that on your belly, Mom?
My name's Ian and I'm an in-law.
That's my husband. And this is Philip Lambden, who won't be born till August. Say hello.
Hi, I'm Adam, and I'm the number 5, like the first kid. Oh, the last kid? Yeah. My name's Adam, so I'm the first person or something. I don't know. Anyway.
I'm Ramona. I'm from New Jersey, and I'm apparently number 1 daughter.
I'm Rachel, and I am granddaughter number 4, grandchild number 4. I'm Erica, and I'm grandchild number 7.
I'm John. I'm grandchild number 3.
And we're from Vancouver, Washington. Yeah, we're all brother and sister.
I'm Judy, number 1 niece from Chicago.
And I'm Ken, her husband.
Guess who I am, guys?
I'm Bob's number 1 brother-in-law, or my tag says husband of Martha.
Martha Mossberger. I'm Yvonne Patchen, and I'm daughter number 2 from Vancouver, Washington. And these 3 are my children.
Rick from beautiful Washington, Vancouver also. Son-in-law number 2.
Hi, I'm Phil.
I'm grandchild number 6, and I'm the next person to go up and play something, but I need to get ready, so eat stuff and talk. Talk to my family. These people can all tell you something different about my grandpa.
Get that away from him.
So, talk to them.
Bring on the cake. Bring on the cake.
Cake.
One set that this ancient queen said, let them eat cake, but actually she didn't. But anyway, let them eat cake.
Robbie, get down.
She didn't really say that.
Oh, you do this so long, Adam.
Okay.
When I first heard that my grandpa was going to have a 75th birthday, and then that he was going to have a party, I said, well, I've got to be in on this action. So, I have been. And I wanted to play my guitar, because it's a hobby of mine. But I didn't know what song I wanted to play originally. I went through many selections, I had to sit through many a song with my grandpa. But the helium is still in my voice. It sounds really weird. And originally, I was going to do the theme song for tonight, which was, of course, the Flintstones theme song. But I couldn't find the chords for it. So instead, I decided to do a couple other songs. I was going to sing originally, but I had a screaming accident, and my voice is shot. So I can't really sing. but I am gonna play a couple numbers for my grandpa. He doesn't know any of them. How you doing, sir? Ah, like that. Like, you know, but sit on my lap. Okay, so we get started. All right. All right, good. But instead, my grandpa showed me this really cool solo on the guitar. And I learned it about 3 days ago, and I've been practicing it ever since. So I'm not good at doing mariachi, so this is like my first time ever doing it in front of people. So I hope you enjoy it. Whoa! That's okay.
about 22 years since I trod the streets of Milpitas. And I recall while I was here under Bob Browne's direction for about 12 years, that when I brought a set of plans to council meeting for his approval, he would vote aye. And I thought, that man's got a good head on his shoulders. But as I drove in today, I noticed that the city hall was in shambles. And I thought to myself, I don't know of another city in the world where when the mayor turns to the age of 75, that the city hall falls down. Let's see. Who's my victim here? How about Mike? Why don't you come up and say something about my grandpa?
With your guitar. With the guitar. I'll do a couple songs? Do a couple songs.
Yeah, you can do that. Mike's gonna do a ballad about my grandpa. How about that?
There is a dark side.
And about the only thing we agree on when we start is what key we're in. And I don't even have to worry about that today because I'm not playing, he's doing the playing. So all we'll agree on now is what song we're going to do. And he's a very good duettist, very good harmonizer. So I'm sure we'll find something that we've done together that we can do. Actually, he's already got one page of it out off the computer. A good year, and I have to tell you, 1925. A Ford convertible automobile cost about $800. And a loaf of bread was about a nickel. And Woodrow Wilson was president, and he wasn't good for much either. And he was followed by Herbert Hoover, who none of you recall, but he promised a chicken in every pot. And what we got was a pot with no chicken. So with that era in mind, we'll play some.
I know all your cares and woes. Here I go, singing low. Bye, bye, blackbird. Where somebody waits for me, sugar sweet, and so is she. Bye, bye, blackbird. No one here can love and understand me. Gee, what hard luck stories they all had me. Make my bed and let the light all around late tonight. Blackbird, bye bye. All your cares low, here I go, singing low. Bye bye, blackbird. Where somebody waits for me, sugar sweet, and so is she. Bye bye, blackbird. No one here can love and understand me. Gee, what hard luck stories they all had me. Make my bed and light the light. I'll arrive late tonight. Blackbird, bye bye.
I knew that one. I've heard it before.
Heart of my heart.
Your party. You call it.
It's my party. I'll try if I want to.
It's your party. You can sing as you want to.
Sing if I want to. Sing it.
How about that?
This one?
Really sad.
Which one? Oh, this one. Okay.
This is going to just carry your heartstrings. one of those songs that really right there where it hurts.
Hank Williams is good for that.
Your cheating heart will take you free. You cry and cry and try to sleep, but sleep won't come the whole night through. Your cheating heart will tell on you. Your cheating heart will climb someday and crave the love you threw away. The time will come when you are blue. Your cheating heart will tell on you. When tears come down like falling rain, you'll toss around and call my name, but walk the floor the way I do. Your cheating heart will tell on you. Your cheating heart will tell on you.
Let's see what else have we got here.
Well, come back.
Maybe you've got more songs. This is it's full of old songs. Oh, here we go. All right, here we go.
I've also got this. Okay.
That's the next chorus. I don't know. That's a good one. We'll do that. Do this first.
First one? Okay.
Yeah, this is a very sentimental, touching song that I have sung often in the South, playing with $50 a night combos.
By Pee Wee King.
Pee Wee King.
Pee Wee King. The famous Pee Wee King.
The infamous Pee Wee King.
Which key? That's a good.
I was dancing with my darling to the Tennessee waltz when an old friend I happened to see. I introduced him to my true love, and while they were dancing, my friend stole my true love from me. I would do yes sir, well, has anybody seen my gal? Running to 5'2", covered fur, diamond rings, let your life get in her. Could she go, could she rule, could she go? Has anybody seen my gal? Has anybody seen my gal?
In serious performances.
How about sentimental?
Sentimental?
We don't get it. I'm not going to ask for
Gonna take a sentimental journey. Gonna set my heart at ease. Gonna take a sentimental journey to renew old memories. Got my bag, I got my reservations. Spend each time I could afford. Like a child in wild anticipation, gonna hear that ball of more. That's the time we leave that heaven. I'll be waiting up for heaven. I'll be every mile of railroad track that takes me back. Never thought my heart would be so yearning. Why did I decide to roam? Gonna take a sentimental journey, sentimental journey home. That's the time we leave at 7. I'll be waiting up for heaven, counting every mile of railroad track that takes me back. Never thought my heart would be so yearning. Why did I decide to roam? Gonna take a sentimental journey, sentimental journey home, sentimental journey home.
Now we take requests. No, we won't shut up. Which one? Of one that you can all sing. Hey, it's what they call these oldies.
How about the railroad tongue? The railroad tongue can all sing that.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I was working on the railroad all the livelong day. Everybody, I worked on the railroad just to pass the time away. Can't you hear the whistle blowing? Rise up so early in the morning. Can't you hear the wind shouting? Dinah, blow your horn. Dinah, won't you blow? Dinah, won't you blow? Dinah, won't you blow your horn? Dinah, won't you blow? Dinah, won't you blow? Dinah, won't you blow your horn? Someone's in the kitchen with Dinah. Someone's in the kitchen, I know. Someone's in the kitchen with Dinah. Strumming on the old banjo, must be Bob. 9-5 fiddly-I-O, beat-5 fiddly-I-O, beat-5 fiddly-I-O. Strumming on the old banjo, I'm working on the railroad all the long day. I'm working on the railroad just pass the time away. Can't you hear the cat's blowing? Rise up so early in the morning. Can't you hear the wind shouting? Line up, blow your horn.
God, we're good.
What's that?
You can all sing this. All you people can sing this.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. The other night, dear, while I was sleeping, I think I held you in my arms. When I awoke, dear, I was mistaken, and I hung my head and I cried. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. We'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Take it, Bob.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.
The other night, dear, as I lay sleeping, I dreamt I held you in my arms. Not you, Bob. But I awakened, I was mistaken, and I hung my head and cried. Everybody! You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.
A little bit more, but not here we go. All right. I'll sing first, and you do it. I'll sing the verse. I'll sing the
Is it too loud? I can change it. Yeah.
Whatever key, we'll fake it if we get to. There's a tear in your eye, and I'm wondering why, but it never should be that at all. With such power in your smile, sure as stone you'd beguile. So now smile, smile for me. When Irish eyes are smiling, sure it is like a morning spring. In the midst of Irish laughter, you can hear the angels sing. When Irish eyes are happy, all the world is bright and gay. And when Irish eyes are smiling, sure they steal your heart
I've been asked to tell you that we're transposing the tape over to CD. It will be available for sale. An nominal price for all those who attended the party and are still here.
Where's the sign up?
This is for Victoria.
For Victoria.
This is your song.
Your song.
Well, take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I ever get back, for it's root, root, root for the Hoyins. It's a triangle, 'cause it's round two. Three strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Okay, for this verse, we'll make it for you, okay? Which team was that again?
Giants.
Which one?
White Sox.
White Sox. Oh, White Sox. Okay. We're gonna do the White Sox this time. Okay.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I never get back, for it's root, root, root for the White Sox. If they don't win, it's a shame. 'Cause it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
Go White Sox!
City of birth.
Chicago? Chicago. That's not a guitar song. But if you want, go for it.
Okay.
Grandpa, this is an album from all your children, grandchildren, and your great-grandchild. Dad, Grandpa, and Opa.
Wow.
And,
Wow. Hi, Opa.
and everybody wrote you a birthday letter, and they have a picture of pictures throughout their years.
Wow.
So we will set this out, but some of us wanted to read our letters to you, so we'll start with your number 1 son.
Right there.
He's counting. You better just sit right here, Grandpa.
Oh, well, I'm gonna get some. Okay, all right. You can all read, right?
Yes.
You can all learn to read. Look, something right there. First of all, I would like to thank Lisa very, very much for putting this together. This was an enormous effort. Did a beautiful job. Okay. Dear Dad, this is a picture of your birthday 40 years ago. It tells a wonderful story of love, patience, and gracious good humor. We lived in a 35-foot trailer in Browne, New York, and did not realize we were poor because we were happy and safe with you. Ramona, Yvonne, and I decided to cook your favorite birthday treat, lemon meringue pie. We applied our reading skills to deciphering the recipe and stirred the ingredients for our surprise. Unfortunately, the surprise was yours when we asked you to light the oven and neglected to mention that we had turned on the gas 30 minutes before. The explosion blew you across the room and singed your hair. We were frightened, but you quickly recovered and made this near disaster a treasured memory through patience and calm understanding. The picture of you, this picture is you about to consume the lemon burnt meringue pie of near death. It is a testament to your fatherhood. Thank you, Dad, for your strength, patient understanding, guidance, and love. Your lessons have served me well in raising my own wonderful children. Thank you for the opportunity to remind you of this treasured story. Your love, your son. And the lemon meringue pie.
It didn't blow up or anything.
Let me put it in the refrigerator. This family's sick.
So we don't have another here.
They're telling me the lemon meringue off.
We refrigerated it.
There you go.
My father's legacy.
Oh, Ramona, you can talk louder than that.
My father's legacy. From my father, I got level-headedness, the ability to think clearly and problem solve in a crisis, to be goal-oriented and productive, to keep priorities straight and stay focused, to try to contribute something worthwhile to the world, to make myself useful, to be a hard worker, to put family and people first and things second, to be a well-intentioned human being, to remember that the only one we are truly accountable to is God. These are my Father's gifts to me. I cannot express my gratitude enough for giving me the strength of character to live a meaningful, loving, honest life. You will leave this world a better place than you found it. I love you, Daddy, with warmest affection and heartfelt gratitude.
Getting very happy. Great to see you. I'm overjoyed.
It's coming apart. Hang out. Who gets this next?
I'm going to read mine.
Do I get to read mine?
Dear Grandpa, happy 75th birthday. This is a big day for you, and I am so happy that so many of your friends and family are able to celebrate this momentous occasion with you. My favorite memories of you have to be at Christmas. I loved coming over every year to eat and open gifts. It was always chaotic and loud, but that's what made it our family. I remember waiting for all the grown-ups to finish their dinner and conversation so that we could open gifts. It seemed like forever. Someone always got to play Santa, and we all wanted to be Santa's helper. I also remember thinking it was pretty cool that my grandpa was the mayor of Milpitas. I remember all the bumper stickers and other paraphernalia that had Bob Browne printed on them. When my friends started talking about what their parents or grandparents did, I always told them about you. Thank you for teaching me that it is possible for a politician to be honest. I love having a grandpa that is a musician and an actor. I enjoyed listening to you sing while you played the piano or the banjo. You always had the funniest songs to sing to us. You also made a great villain in a melodrama. It was and is wonderful having such an animated grandfather. It meant the world to me when you came out for my wedding. I still remember you and Grandma dancing the night away. I am very thankful that you were able to come out for Robbie's baptism too. It is so wonderful that you have put so much effort into being a good Opa, even though you live so far away. Thank you for being funny, musical, dramatic, and loving. You have inspired me to try new things and to be the best at whatever I do. Thank you for being a treasure and the best grandpa. Lovely son.
Oh, not him. Oh, Lord.
Gotta give him a pillow.
I'm related to you, even though sometimes you wish you weren't. Anyway.
He's 14 for him.
Dear Grandpa, Grandpa, Gramps, G-Pa, Geezer, Old Guy, Baldy, Mr. B, Dad. I'm writing this letter for your birthday. To thank you for the many years of stuff you've done for me. Where should I begin? Well, the beginning. Thanks for driving me to preschool, putting up with my constant stupid questions. Thanks for doing my homework for me, with me. Thanks for my first set of Legos and the millions that would be invested in later years. I thank you for reading me the same bedtime story for a year because it was my favorite. Thanks for letting me sleep in your bed when the boogeyman was under mine. Thanks for killing spiders, giving me chocolate when Mom said no. You can get them for that later, Mom. Thanks for picking up the tab at restaurants and late night visits to Taco Bell. Thanks for waiting on me hand and foot, playing catch, chasing the ball when I needed to run the bases to make a home run. Thanks for walking up the ramp at Candlestick Park because the escalator was billions of miles in the air. Thanks for playing in the World Series with me out in the park. Love that. Thanks for driving everyone to band practice with whatever car we had, even the Volkswagen. Although I didn't like that, thank you for doing it. Thanks for millions invested in band equipment, musical equipment, anything. Mostly, I thank you for raising me, teaching me right from wrong, how to be a man. Always being on my side, even when I screwed up. Thanks for being my hero. Yeah, my hero. I love you like you are my dad. And I thank you for support in whatever I do. Thanks for forcing me to go to church when I didn't want to.
Sorry, Reverend.
You led me to my life with Christ. Happy birthday, and many to come. Love, Lee. Anybody else? Mom?
I don't get to see it. Oh, I get to see it.
Wow. I don't know if I can get through this almost. Okay. Anyway, here's my page. Don't look at this picture. It's really ugly. Okay, dear Dad, these are some of my favorite memories. Frontier days in the city of Milpitas. Anybody here remember the Frontier days? And the parade and the carnival. It sure was a different city then. Frontier Village. The haunted gold mine, and you could catch a fish in the pond and they'd club it on the head for you and you could take it home and never eat it. You running for political office and we would all walk around the neighborhood with flyers. I remember the red, white, and blue sandwiches at your party when you ran for assembly. Weird things that we remember when we're little. Candy and I got to ride a float in the parade and wave American flags, which made us feel very important. The greenhouse, of course, Columbia and Twain Hart, and the Scandia smorgasbord. Pinecrest Lake with and without water, playing in the snow in Whitewood City, where we built forts out of wood in the woods. Scary raccoons in the window at the cabin. Various musical adventures, singing at McDonald's, of all places. I'm probably the only 33-year-old in the world that knows the words to Bye Bye Blackbird and You Are My Sunshine. The city of Milpitas Easter egg hunt, back when they used to have the big marshmallow eggs. Clarinet lessons, which I didn't really like and I wasn't really good at, but you always listened anyway. Someone always came to our band concerts, even when we really stunk. The Presbyterian Church, way back when it was one little building, which was this one, and the pastor rode a motorcycle. Now those are just the memories from my preteen years. We'd probably rather forget some of the teens and early 20s. We'll just skip right over that. Thank you for always being there for me, even when I was a turd. Thank you for being a great dad, even when I wasn't a great daughter. And thank you for being a great grandpa, as well as a great grandpa. To Daniel and being a surrogate father to him all these years. We all love you. Love, Martha.
I am Adam, Bob Browne's youngest son. There are 2 sons, 3 daughters. Anyway, here's my thing. My father has worn a lot of hats. He has worn the family hat through the raising of 5 children, and I'm the youngest. He will have the honor of seeing me off into the world last. He has worn the Pacific Bell hat, the traffic analyst hat, and the coveted mayor hat that means that he brought home a lot of scrap paper for us to write and draw. Thousands of sheets later, we have become creative artists, writers, and smart kids. Sometimes smart Alex. Let's see. Sometimes we were a little too smart, but it was all good. Shit, I'm enjoying my own humor. I'm sorry. In my family, if you can't take a joke, you don't belong. Okay, he has also been a musician and a cowboy, just for fun. He may not admit it, but his influence has made a lot of people happy. Thank you.
What you get for having a lot of kids.
Anyway,
amen.
What's this next?
Okay, a little later on, if you're not a member of the family, and you would like to say something about Grandpa, feel free. We're going to have time set out for this. Pointing? Oh.
Yes, go ahead. I waited for the grandkids and the kids. I'm one over, I'm a nephew. And some of my earliest memories of Uncle Bob, I said, oh good, my parents would say, Uncle Bob's coming over. Well, that's great, because I knew it was going to be music and a lot of fun times. So first of all, I'll hand this. And one of the things I always remember too is bad puns, silly jokes, and very bad rhymes. So in the style of my Uncle Bob, I wrote a poem called Uncle Bob. And I said, I know you like the banjo. You think its sound is fine. I hope that when I've let it go, you'll also like this poem of mine. Although I must confess, dear Uncle Bob, it won't cause me to give up my day job. We're here to celebrate the day of your birth. Although it was so very long ago, it seems more like the age of the earth. So what, I ask myself, will go with the flow and be a good gift for someone so long in the tooth? What is the right gift for such a music lover in truth? The music, in fact, you soon will be aware that you now hold in your hand reflects the fact that you were there at the roots of the music of our land. I hope you will enjoy these historic old notes, and the gift I've chosen will win your yes votes. Now this is the last stanza of this less than epic try, and this you will be most glad to hear, I'm sure. At least I hope the music that I chose to buy will be for your ancient self's ills much more of a cure than these few words of so-called rhyme, which at least you will hear, but only this one time.
Grandpa's going to open his present right now.
You got to read the title.
It's actually the title. Thought you could get away without opening his present.
Sarah. It's all music that's very, very familiar to me that I've played many years.
And I got it from the title, Roots of American Folk Music.
Well, that's me, Roots of the American Folk Music.
It's all banjo.
Oh, thank you very much. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. I guess it's time for me to say a few words, and I'm not accustomed, of course, to getting in front of audiences speaking. You'll have to forgive my lack of articulation. Good word, huh? I'm really shocked and pleased because I had no idea that my kids were up to this, or my grandchildren. I have, as you know, 5 children and 9 2/3 grandchildren. The forthcoming one is Philip. We already know that. So I'm going to have another male grandchild. And I'm very thrilled, and also my great-grandson is here. His mom in the red dress, Lisa, is here, and he's a little 2 years old, Robbie. So I'm really qualified as an old man.
Crunchy!
I'm a kid at heart, absolutely, Bill, thank you. Somebody else here with gray hair, that's great. I want to, first of all, thank very much my good wife, Victoria, for all the agonizing and difficulty that she's been through putting this together for me. I can't say enough about how grateful I am. Thank you. It's kind of funny how things happen. About a year ago, I went to, I forgot even where we were, we go so many places, and I said something about, as long-term husbands will do, you know, gee, it'd be nice to have a big birthday party for my 75th. And I thought, of course, being the polite fellow that I am. And about a week later, I suggested again. Gee, it would be nice to have a big party for my 75th birthday. Well, by this time, of course, she's catching on. She's been married a long time. And so she's gone through a whole really a year, and all the kids together. We have 25 family members here, and I'm just, I'm over, as you can see, I'm just overwhelmed. I guess I'll tell you a little story now, because this is a proper time to make a proper speech if I ever made one. And one of the reasons that I'm here and that I'm celebrating and I'm asking you to celebrate with me is that I'm still here. I thank the good Lord. I'm still standing up here talking to you. I'm in one thing. It was in September, October of 1989, as many of you may know, I got diagnosed with lymphoma. And I thought, well, that may be, I'm having trouble with my underarms and my groin, because that's where the lymph glands are, right? Wrong, they're all over. So when you get lymphoma, you got something all over. And they put me through some more tests, and they drilled a hole in my derriere and took some bone marrow out, and they said, well, gee, you got this in your bone marrow, fella. And then they checked my kidneys and said, well, that's 35% shot. And then they checked my thyroid and said, well, your thyroid's dead already. So I tell you, I went to good wife Victoria and I said, you know, we better get our affairs in order. And at that point in my life, I had been through war, and survived that. I had been through Vivax malaria, or 107 temperatures in the Pacific, and survived that. And I'm beginning to think, you know, my number has come up. The good Lord is calling me, and my number. Well, it wasn't up, and I'm going to. This isn't a happy poem that I'm going to read to you. My wife has never heard it before. And I have it memorized. And I'm going to tell it to you, even though it's not a happy poem, because it tells a lot about what's happened between little Danny Browne and myself and my family. I wasn't sure in November of 1989 what my daughter had told my little grandson, who was less than 4 years old. And I was tucking him into bed. He often stays at our house. He still does, the big moocher. And I was tucking him into bed one night, and I wrote, when I got him into bed, I sat down and I wrote this poem, which I'm going to recite. I told a little joke many times. It's not really so much a joke, and you've probably all heard it, but I'm going to repeat it again because it's kind of the theme of what I'm going to talk about a little bit. And that is, you know, I said to people, you know, when you get my age and through what I've been through, every morning, just before you're not quite awake, you're sort of half awake, and if I don't hear hymns and I don't smell incense, I get up. Amen. And you know, that's an old joke. There's a lot of truth in it. One of the things that I've learned, if I've learned anything, is to be very thankful for every day. Every day I'm here, I'm grateful. My daughter in Vancouver has a little plaque on her wall. She probably doesn't even know that I noticed it, but it says, your life is a gift from God, and the way you live it is your gift to Him. And that sticks to my mind. That really gets to me. So I think that one of the things about it is that there's so much about in this church every Sunday, and all the people in it about this problem and that problem and the other problem. As my wife knows, I kind of take maddening. Wow. Well, whatever it is, it's maddening. I take things as stride a lot, and that's one of the reasons. You know, I'm just glad to be here, frankly. And this poem then is about written in Massachusetts in January. And it goes like this. And you have to bear in mind that the 14-year-old, there was a little bitty kid in bed. And on a night in January, in the year 1990, a precious boy did say to me, "Grandpa, I love you so." And as I sat there on the bed, he looked me in the eye. And he said to me in dulcet tones, "I know you're gonna die. And you'll go to heaven," he said, "and come back as a baby." A tear ran down my craggy cheek as I replied, "Well, maybe." He did not find my craggy cheek pressed coarse against his brow. He didn't question seasons of my life. He knew not how. He took no note of things like tears in Grandpa's eyes. He simply held his arms outstretched to give the hug we prized. And soon he slept to leave me there. Eyeglasses dim and blurry, wondering when my time would come and asking God, "Don't hurry." Now that I've cheered you all up, I'm very glad. I don't know what the MC of what's next on the schedule, but Mike Ryder, my very good friend and very fine musician, is here, and we're going to hear from him soon, I assume, aren't we?
Yeah.
Okay. If I ever get down, you'll hear from him. Okay. Thanks, kid. Okay. Okay.
Okay, fine.
Thanks. Thank you very much.
Okay. I would just like to say one more thing before we continue to eat food, because that's what you're here for. And, oh yeah, and Grandpa. But anyway, I know that all of you, when you think of my grandpa, many words come to your mind. But probably the word that comes to mind most is old. I'm sorry. But no, sir, my grandpa, he's such a great person, and I know all of you know him, or else you wouldn't be here, unless you're just here for the food, then you should get out. But really, my grandpa has been through so much, and he's taught all of his people that he's known some kind of lesson, and I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Grandpa. So I'd like everybody to clap for my grandpa. Thank you very much. And now, we're going to have about a 5-minute break, then we're going to have, speaking of Mike Piper, he's going to come up pretty soon. So about 5 minutes, continue eating, enjoy. Eat, drink, and be merry.
Gotta do something silly.
Happy.
Yeah.
So everybody come on in and we'll get ready to warm up your vocal cords as we sing our stunning rendition of Happy Birthday.
We gotta get, there's some people out in the parking lot still.
So, you hear this one? Okay. Bob Browne and I go back a long time. Way back when, I think it was in 1980, I started working with the city of Milpitas. And it was around 585. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm making you older than you really are. In 85, I worked from 85 to 1990 over at the city hall, and during that time Bob and I used to sing together quite a bit, not only for people who were retiring or for birthdays that were happening at that time, but for other activities. We had a singing band going that was actually hired to sing at events like the German Oktoberfest. In fact, one of my fondest memories of Bob was the year that we sang at the Oktoberfest over at Town Hall. And on that night, we did everything imaginable as far as questionable music. And I danced with my wife that night, the polka. Now you have to remember that she was 9 months pregnant. 9 months pregnant, and that morning, this young lady was born. Right here. So this is the measure by which we know how old we are, is these little ones who are getting bigger and bigger walking around. So 11 years ago that was, Bob, because this one's 11 years old, okay? I was asked to sing Happy Birthday today. There are so many birthday songs out there, if you really think about it. You know, there's the regular traditional Happy Birthday, you know, da-da-da-da. There is the wonderful Spanish song, Los Mañanitas. Son las mañanitas. I like that. I might even continue doing that one. And, oh gosh, you know, as birthday songs for parties and things like that. And then you get a little bit older and there's 16 candles.
Long time ago.
But that doesn't quite qualify for this one. So I was looking around trying to think of songs that might be appropriate birthday-wise. And, you know, really, if you think about it, birthday songs are a celebration of life. You know, and I thought, you know, there's one song that I just love that's the most appropriate birthday song I could sing this day. After all, Bob is 75 years old. And that's 50% beyond what the dictionary defines as antique. So this is a wonderful song by John Prine, and this isn't a sing-along, except maybe during the chorus if you think about it. Woke up this morning, put on my slippers, walked in the kitchen and died. Oh, what a feeling as my soul rose through the ceiling, and up into heaven I did rise. When I got there they did say, Mike, it happened just this way. You slipped upon the floor and hit your head. And all the angels say just before you passed away. I'm going to give them a chance to turn this mic down. There you go, that's my friend. And all the angels say just before you passed away, these were the very last words that you said. You said, please don't bury me down in that cocoa ground. No, I'd rather have them cut me up, pass me all around. Throw my brain in a hurricane, and the blind can have my eyes. The deaf can take both my ears if they don't mind the size. Well, sell my stomach to Milwaukee if they run out of beer, and put my socks in a cedar box, just get them out of here. And Venus de Milo can have my arms, look out, I've got your nose. Sell my heart to the junk man and give my love to Rose. But please don't bury me down in that cocoa ground. No, I'd rather have them cut me up, pass me all around. Throw my brain in a hurricane, and the blind can have my eyes. The deaf can take both my ears if they don't mind the size. Well, give my feet to the footloose, careless, fancy-free, and give my knees to the needy. Don't pull that stuff on me. Well, hand me down my walking cane. It's a sin to tell a lie. Set my mouth away down south and kiss my goodbye. But please don't bury me down in that cocoa ground. No, I'd rather have them cut me up, pass me all around. Throw my brain in a hurricane, and the blind can have my eyes, and the deaf can take both my ears if they don't mind the size. Can you turn the guitar down just a tee bit? I can hear it quite well. I'm sure they can in the back too. However, I can't let that go just as the birthday song for Bob. We have somebody with a harmonica today. I don't know this gentleman's name, but I know that Bob knows this gentleman's name. And I know that Bob would love to hear this gentleman and I sing a real happy birthday song that everybody knows the words to. So why don't you come on up and we're going to do a real happy birthday song.
Anything for Bob.
Happy birthday to One thing that Bob has always been a great supporter of is music in any kind or form by any age without discrimination or qualification thereof. And so in honor of this particular trait that he has, Bob made special request that I bring down my daughter and her violin. Now, this was even after I told him that my daughter had not played the violin in many years. Well, not many years, but 1 year, okay. But he still wanted her to come down to this. I says, how about we don't do a Jack Benny on everybody here? And she loves to sing. And so today in her premiere audition or presentation or performance, my daughter Amanda Lynn.
I'm sorry if I'm out of tune because this was in, I just had a chorus concert on Wednesday and we didn't sing this in that concert and I can't exactly remember from February when we sang this in the February concert, so and it was great. Thank you.
For the last tune that I want to do for you, did I lose my mind? No, I didn't. Okay. For the last tune I'd like to do for you, this is a special request that Bob made. This is his very favorite tune in the entire world. And so, what better time and place to do your favorite tune than right now up here? Bob Browne in his ever-continuing stage performance. We never give up.
I groaned. That's fine, yeah. Whatever key it says on. That's good. Key of G is good. Key of F is good. The tears I shed for you would fill an ocean. But you don't know how many tears I cried. And though you'll only lead me on and hurt me, I couldn't bring myself to say goodbye. 'Cause everybody's somebody's fool. Everybody's somebody's plaything. There are no exceptions to the rule. Yes, everybody's somebody's fool. I told myself that I would forget you. Though I'm a fool, at least I know the score. But darling, I'd be twice as blue without you. So it hurts, but I keep running back for more. 'Cause everybody's somebody's fool. Everybody's somebody's plaything. And if his love should prove to be untrue, you'll know then just how much my heart is breaking. And you cry for me the way I cry for you. 'Cause everybody's somebody's fool.
Everybody's somebody's plaything. And there are no exceptions to the rule. Everybody's somebody's fool.
Everybody's somebody's fool. Everybody's
somebody's plaything.
And there are no exceptions to the rule. Yes, everybody's somebody's fool.
The one you can pour from my grandpa too. That's not my story. But anyway, as we move on, I have more family members talk about Grandpa. But also, if you're not a family member and you want to say something, we're going to let 2 lucky people go up this time and more of you later on. So, 2 lucky contestants, come on down to the next person. If anybody wants to, I don't want to stand up here, so I have to keep talking until somebody pulls up here.
We have a volunteer.
I'm getting really scared.
Not you. I want to say happy birthday. We sure covered that area. And what a great occasion to celebrate the anniversary of your birth. I spent a little time making this up here. Had a little time to do this, so if you want to get some of these words down. And although I've only known you for about a decade of your life, the joy and love you've given me and my family is worth a lifetime. Our lives were joined through your beautiful daughter, Yvonne. You don't want to get up there a little shy, careful. What a blessing. Thank you very much for that. You're welcome. And I can see you through her eyes, her heart, and her soul. Her love, compassion, patience, and caring heart are all an extension of you. I have never heard one single unkind word about you. Every life you have touched speaks only of goodness, kindness, and love about you. When one expresses the traits of a hero, a role model, a model citizen, you fit that mold. You have made a difference, an impact. Not many can make that claim. As a father of 3, I look up to you. Thank you for opening up your arms to me and welcoming me into your family. The Lord has blessed me with 2 great fathers whom I both admire dearly. Thank you for being a part of my life. And as your friends and family gather to honor you, may you bask in that love that surrounds you. Happy birthday, Bob.
Now we've got competition. Get up to the stage first. Looks like my Aunt Martha beat him out. Well, for those of you who don't know who this is, I'm going to do a brief introduction. This is the #1 Chicago White Sox fan in the entire world.
And she's
Martha
a Trekkie.
Mossberger. And that's actually funny that she says that, because though they're not doing that well, most people, it still doesn't matter, they're the White Sox. But anyway, most people, when their team is losing, are, afraid to admit that they cheer for that team. But she has enough guts to say she is a White Sox fan. So now, Grandpa, here's your sister, who has known you the longest out of here. So what she says is true.
Evidently.
You know, I wrote a poem, which I don't write very often, and I looked at home.
Good.
I wrote it in such a hurry, I don't even know what the hell I said. But I will tell you, when I went to Bob's other party, when he retired for the umpteenth time, I wrote a poem then, and I said a lot of things then, and I'm not going to say them over because some of you people were there and they'd say, boy, she's sure boring. But I just want to say, boy, she's sure boring. But I just wanted to tell you that when I was 22, months old, my mother presented me with this ball of fluff. Who is this thing in this cradle? My grandma said, that is your new baby brother. You must love him. God, I looked at him. I said, I don't get all the attention. Now, what happened, Mama? Anyway, we had our picture taken many times. He was here. I was here. He's reaching up to put his arm around his sister. Now, I reach up to put my arm around my brother. He growing much faster than I did, thank goodness. But anyway, he's a good guy, and I have never had a sister. I've always wanted a sister. But I'll accept the brother that I have now, for a while anyway. Anyway, he's a real good guy, and I really love him. I'm so happy he's my brother.
And now, on Robert's birthday, we bring up another Robert. A much younger Robert, but he's still Robert.
This is a letter from Robbie to his grandpa. Actually, it's Opa, and then it'll explain it. Thank you for taking such an interest in me. I think it is so neat that you have come out to Michigan to visit me twice in 2 years. I think it is really funny how you became Opa instead of Grandpa. You went to the local Dutch store in San Jose to buy Grandma Ragsdale a gift. While there, you spotted a t-shirt that said, Opa is the greatest. You bought it and proudly displayed it for Oma. She asked, well, didn't they have an Oma is the greatest? When you went back and you got me that one too. I love having grandparents that love me so much. Love, Robbie.
Now, are there any...
The birthday cake.